What's up, guys? I want to talk about Anakin Skywalker, and to a slightly lesser extent, Bruce Wayne. So let's go. I feel like it's very easy, because of who Anakin eventually ends up becoming. I feel like it's very easy to slip him into a box where he expresses himself cruelly, where he has good intentions, but the presentation is always wrong, or sometimes just really, really horrible. And we see that a lot with Bruce, and you see it with Bruce with the way that he is with all of his Robins and certain incarnations of him. The way that he treats Dick and Jason and Tim and Damien at times, like pawns and not like people, being cruel because he knows best and he knows what they're capable of. And I feel like that's not an accurate assessment of these characters. These characters are terrified of losing everyone that they love all the time. But that terror does not equate to cruelty. Because they're scared, they spend so much time training them and holding them back because they want to be sure that they're actually ready. The amount of training Bruce does with his boys isn't supposed to be cruel. It's supposed to be pushing them, but it's not supposed to be intense. And I feel like that's the same with Anakin. The way that he would train any Padawan beneath him would not equate to any form of cruelty. He's existed in cruelty. He knows what it's like. Why would he put that on someone else? He wouldn't. All of the things that we've seen of him interacting with Ahsoka, it's always he's afraid she's not ready, that he hasn't trained her properly. That's his biggest fear. His biggest fear is that he will have ultimately not trained her properly, and because of this, he often doesn't let her go out on her own when they could afford to do that. But the times that she had to go and be without him, it was proved that she was so much more prepared than anyone else her age because of his teaching. And I think there is nowhere in there that becomes cruel. Overprotective, definitely. And you know, Anakin's overprotective. I completely understand that. But he's never outright vicious without reason. And training isn't a reason to be vicious. Those two characters wield a lot of anger within themselves. But because anger is a secondary emotion, that's not all that there is to it. I feel like if we ignore or hide the reasonings behind what they're doing and the actions that they're taking, it then becomes an open area to warp their character away from their core values. And that's something that I worry about. And that's something I've been thinking a lot about lately. Anakin Skywalker is many things to many people. But the one thing that we know that he is not to Ahsoka is cruel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.